Hello, our visionary entrepreneurs and life changers. How are you? It's Thursday again. Every Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I've been hosting Inspiration and Implementation Time live with Spring. I've been doing this for over 1 year. I hope you've been enjoying some of my previous episodes. Every time, majority of the time, I have been focusing on strategies, mindsets, great tips and best practice to share with you. And today, the topic is really how to transform your limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs. And actually, if you have been following me on Facebook, I've been sharing in the last week, especially the last week, the 4 days, I've been attending live event of Tony Robbins. It's called Unleash Your Power Within, or Unleash the Power Within. So in a brief, it's like a UPW. That's his signature live event, and I believe so far millions of people have already attended. But some of the learning, the best learning, my first-hand learning is really will blow your mind today. So actually, I want to show you here. If you've been following me these days on Facebook, I've been sharing my most intensive 4 days experience with Tony. See this, Unleash the Power Within. This is really the most intensive 4 days in my career, and directly with Tony. Even though I attended Tony's other events before, it's not directed by him, by his business partners invited him to do the hours of training for us, but directly attend fully, like Tony Robbins' whole teams hosted this live event. It's my first time, and it's the most unforgettable experiences as well. And last few days, I've been sharing quite some pictures, inspirations on site and afterward. A few most impressive ones, including his famous walking on the fire, and that one I recorded my transformative experiences. Actually, before that event, I attended other mastermind groups as well. I walked on like broken glasses. It's already like overcome my fear and get myself to get to another level. But attending Tony Robbins walking on a fire experience is really getting me to a totally another higher level to overcome not just my fear, but first-hand experience to how to really face your fear. Excuse me. Again, need to get some water. Excuse me. So how to face your fear and also dance with your fear. And Tony even demonstrate that process by inviting somebody to really dance with him, taking that poor person almost like the fear, to dance together, to vividly show us how to dance with your fear. And that's quite a few hours of like over over midnight time. It's really so dramatic time and so torturing time, because during that time, like after the whole 4 day learning and traveling, it's like we were starving, feel cold, and so tired. It's already like over midnight. Then they purposefully designed that kind of a process to get us into that adversity, and then to help us to face our fear and dance with it, and then overcome it to claim the victory. So that's my first biggest impression. There are so many great learnings from his on-site experience. So this book is just a guidance, a brief guidance, but we learn more from the on-site live experience, and surrounded by 12,000 people on-site. It's such a phenomenal experience. And another one today, actually, I want to share with you is the most powerful transformation that occurred to me and many other, those tens of thousands of people on site. And I believe many other people, if they attended before, they also experienced a similar magical process. As a coach, I've been practicing coaching for over 10 years. I've been teaching people how to turn their limiting beliefs into like a positive and empowering beliefs. And before I knew that like a process, but Tony's process and the really on-site intense training gave me that the most powerful transformative experience. And now I get at the new level to how to use this process to help myself and also help other people as well. So today I really want to share with you this process, and it's called Dickens process. And first we will start from your limiting beliefs. Actually, this whole process normally, like in a coaching process, we may take let's see, 10 or 20 minutes in a coaching session, or afterward give people the homework, right? But on Tony's live event, we spent, I believe, over 1 or 2 hours, about 1 or 2 hours around this this whole process. And he not just taught us about the concept about from the general beliefs and your personal specific beliefs, and then get to the Dickens process, how to really discover your limiting beliefs, your top 3 limiting beliefs. And then the most intensive process is like they turned off the light in a big, huge conference center, over 12,000 people in that on site. They turned off the whole Prudential Center in New Jersey, that Prudential Center's lights. So it's almost like whole dark, and everybody could be in that peaceful, 12,000 people in that peaceful, quiet environment. And at the beginning, it's very quiet, but then Tony created that kind of a space in the dark, in the quietness. Everyone could, fully be themselves. Don't worry about anyone else next to us. And before that process, he also warned us and cautioned us that don't console your neighbors. If somebody wants to cry, give them that space, let them cry out, and let them to experience that process by themselves, and believe that they are strong enough to go through that process and grow by themselves, transform by themselves, instead of like you try to console them. Okay, so that's really like even though you are surrounded by 12,000 people, you get that independent and very precious space for yourself. And after we started that process, he guided us to go through your top 3 limiting beliefs. And in those limiting beliefs, you listed on your paper and think about these 3 processes. The number 1 is what's your worst consequences. I mentioned about every limiting beliefs has a consequence, and not just the one consequences. It could be multiple consequences in different areas of your life. So the first step, list up your top 3 limiting beliefs, and then do this exercise. First, think about what's the worst consequences of these limiting beliefs. We will work on that one by one. So what's the worst consequences? And then the step 2 is really think about what's the cost this limiting belief has cost you in the past and present. Actually, before they turn off the light, they asked us to write down on our notebook about the worst consequences, our top 3 limiting beliefs, and the worst consequences and the costs in the past and present. And then what's the third step is what's the ultimate consequences for this limiting belief. Imagine that you will live with it for the next 10 years, 20 years, or the rest of your life. How would it cost you, and what would be the ultimate consequences? And list that on your notebook. So we took a time work on each one of our top 3 limiting beliefs. And after that, they turn off the lights, and we get into a peaceful, quiet environment to face our own limiting beliefs. It's almost like right in front of us. Everyone purely focus on your own limiting beliefs. And while we were thinking that, Tony was guiding us to think about all this, the worst consequences. How would we feel if we live with it for the rest of our life? What would be the worst consequences? And during that time, so many people could not help crying. and yelling out in that kind of environment. You are purely yourself and do not need to worry about the your environment. You are in the darkness, but you are fully with yourself. We heard so many people crying and yelling, and some, especially like men, like lonely wolves. It's like yelling out. It's like they've been compress themselves for a long, long time, and now finally they get the time to release themselves, to face themselves, and they, even though they could not like cry in the public, they may not be able to cry to their relatives, to their friends, but at that moment, they find that freedom to cry out, to really release it out, and that wonderful process. It's almost like a painful meditation, but in so much depth. And let us cry and cry, cry, almost like over 30 minutes to give us that kind of a permission to fully be ourselves, to cry and to yell, to release, to just like curse, whatever you want, to just at that moment to get all this kind of a stress out. And then after that, after the whole atmosphere is almost like quiet down, like everybody fully released their crying, yelling, and the lights is on again. And Tony guided us through the next step, next process of the Dickens process is how to transform your limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs. And now, one by one, he asks us to cross out all those limiting beliefs now and change that into empowering beliefs. I still remember I listed my first one. I can share with you my experience. Specifically, my first number one limiting beliefs is like I've been holding this belief that I need my life partner. It's almost like my soulmate, my life partner, to complete my life, to really share whatever I am experiencing, to share the journey, share the growth, so that I could fully enjoy the life. Otherwise, I will feel like I'm not complete. My life is miserable, something like that. So that's my number one limiting belief through all the years. And I've been hiding that for a long, long time as well. I did not really want to share too much with other people. But during that time, I was, he helped us to be fully honest to ourselves, to show our most vulnerability, and to tell ourselves what's the worst consequences and the cost we'll be experiencing from that. And because of these limiting beliefs, I've been holding at high standards and high expectations if my life partner is not meeting it. And very interesting, like because my husband was right beside me attending the Tony Robbins live event, but among the 12,000 people, everyone was so excited and so like and said yell and be happy, cheerful, like celebrate right through the whole process, or even cry out. That's good. At least you're showing yourself and how to say, show your true emotions. But my husband was, after he drove us to like from New York to New Jersey, I know he had some like long days and did not rest well. But I know that he's also told me that he's not interested. Even though I invited him there, he told me this is only one chance he would accompany me there. And he fell into sleep. While Tony was speaking, yelling, so energetic, full of energy. Everybody around us full of energy, yelling like that. And he was sleeping. I could almost like hear his snoring. I felt a little bit embarrassed. And the most feeling was disappointment. And I can feel that during the first day, because my expectation and initially I was so excited, my energy was there, and because of him right beside me, he was sleeping and snoring, my energy quickly down to the bottom. I feel like that kind of limiting beliefs come back to me again. Feel like on that side, I was miserable. I feel like my life is not complete because he could not share this most exciting and beautiful experience with me. He could not share my feeling, could not share my excitement, he could not share my growth. I feel like my life is miserable at that moment. And I could not be completed. And this process, Dickens' process, guided by Tony Robbins, helping me realize on site that dramatic dropping of my energy, and from a high excited powerful person to become a miserable person. That's the consequences, and not one day. It's been holding me back and almost like torturing me for decades, for a long time. So at that moment, I decided to really transform myself to how to turn and follow the guidance to turn my limiting beliefs into the empowering belief. And this is a new belief I claimed is I am complete. I am abundant. No matter whoever around me, even including my most intimate my partner, even though could not fully appreciate the process I'm growing, he could not meet my standards. I am complete. I am abundant. I do not need to depend on anyone else to complete my life, enjoy my life, and to really grow, to be the person God has been blessed me to grow. And also at the same time, I turned my belief is that my husband, as an independent person, as a unique person, he has his time for his transformation and for his own growth. His journey does not necessarily need to be like matching exactly the same growth like I have been experiencing. So after I've been doing that, I felt a great relief. And then this kind of a transformation process goes on. And my second one, limiting belief, used to be I believe that success will cost my sacrifice on my time and on my family. I always had been believing that for success you have to be working super hard and sacrifice so much time, and you will lose a lot of quality time with your family, and you will be extremely demanded by your market to serve other people. So I've had been holding myself not to be bold to pursue my success, so that I could reserve or conserve like my family time, my personal time, almost like I've been dancing to find that balance. So that's why I've been conservative to pursue the success. So I was comfortable to be like a middle level, not really successful, but the middle level. As long as I have a good living standards and my life is comfortable, I still can spend good time with my kids and family. I feel like that's good. So I did not want to really pursue like a super success. But then I found that's actually the reason to hold myself could not be fully, boldly engaged in my work, fully focused on wherever I need to put more energy, more like power and time to do the things. So I've been so conservative. That's been limiting my results as well. So the beliefs, the empowering beliefs, I changed that is, so I crossed my limiting beliefs like success needs my sacrifice on my time and my family. And now you will reclaim the real truth is, to me, I claimed success will make me reach my best potential, create more time, resources, quality time, and abundance into my life, and to share with my loved ones and contribute more to my family. So that's my new belief. And I read that again and again, the real truth is. And Tony introduced a very naughty and funny ways for us to do that, this process, how to piece off our limiting beliefs and to reclaim our new beliefs. He asked us, everybody say like this. He used the finger, right? The index finger, doing like this and put into our nostril. For example, one side, he asked us to one side first and to read out our limiting beliefs and ask it to go away and try another side, and then both sides. He did this process again and again quite a few times to do this naughty ways and to piss off our limiting beliefs and reclaim our the real truth is the new empowering belief. Hi, Joseph. Welcome to join me. I've been introducing the Dickens process introduced by Tony Robbins, how to turn the limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs. So make sure you watch the replay because the first part of my introduction is very funny as well. It's very intense, but also very powerful. So during this process, it's almost like a naughty way during this time because everybody has already cried out, relieved themselves, they are the true selves, and now it's another time. It's almost to claim your victory. It's used this naughty way like the kids and the piece off those limiting beliefs and then reclaim your empowering beliefs. So my third one, actually I already introduced my two of it, and the third one, my previous limiting belief was I am not good enough and I have no enough resources and lucks to succeed. Like other people who are already like super successful, I've been believing that they have some like outstanding characters or outstanding qualities, and they are great, and also they have good resources or maybe lucks to support them to be succeed easier. I feel like they may be easier and to succeed in the earlier age. So I did not feel like I have that one, and that's being limiting us. Whenever I feel like I did not get my good results, I find excuses, right? Excuses because I may not have that kind of qualities, or maybe I do not have that enough resources. My English is not good enough. I just came to US later in my 30s, so I not have good resources around me, connections to support me. So I give myself excuses. So that's why I take longer time maybe than other people to get more results. So always find this kind of excuses to give myself for like results, for limited results, and not be limiting myself in my coaching business and in my other areas as well. So, and now we piss off this kind of limiting beliefs, use this naughty, nostril way to piss off, and then we claim that the real truth is. The real truth is. So in my case, the third one, I've already introduced the first two, the most, my biggest limiting beliefs are how I turn that into an empowering one. So now is the third one. I am amazing with all the resources, and I need to fulfill the purpose God has already created me for. So, and I am an abundant being blessed to fulfill. So that in that claiming, I believe that every one of us are equally, like we are blessed with our specific, unique purpose. And so God has at the same time also blessed us with the enough, more than we really needed, the resources, the gifts, the power, the strength for us to fulfill our purpose. And during that time, I claim it, the real truth, instead of that limiting belief. That limiting belief is really like a lie we tell ourselves to really console ourselves, find the excuses, but the real truth is. So that's a very powerful process. And then the last part, even better, the last part is it's almost like a meditation, but the most powerful meditation is like you need to yell out. You do not do the quiet meditation anymore. With the music, beautiful, powerful music, and with Tony Robbins' guidance, we've been claiming this once again and following him. So he's read this. After we turn all our limiting beliefs into our empowering beliefs, after we claim that, then he asked us to follow him to read this, to claim this. Now I am the voice. I will need, not follow. I will believe, that doubt. I will create, not destroy. I am a force for good. I am a leader. So we've been repeating this like affirmation again and again. It's like affirmation. Now I am the voice. I will need, not follow. I will believe, not doubt. I will create, not destroy. I am a force for good. I am a leader. So, and at the end, it's like defy the odds, set a new standard, step up, step up, step up, with all the 12,000 people around you, with everybody yelling out, that kind of energy, you cannot imagine how high that energy is, with a beautiful part. And Tony Robbins' voice, his harsh voice, right? Keep yelling there, and everybody's keep yelling, and the beautiful music and the lights. And that kind of superpower you get on site is it's immediately get into your brain, get into your soul, your heart, and stay with you. So that's a powerful transformation I've already been experienced. And during that time where I was yelling and standing on the middle, that's a big conference center, and most people are, I was sitting on a VIP seat. It's quite close to the stage. So it's great. I have a great view of the speaker, of Tony Robbins, of the screen, and many other people are under me. I can see at that time, I feel like I'm standing on a mountain of people, on the top of where I experienced when I was a kid in my hometown. There are many mountains I like to climb on it and yell out on the top of it to just like feel like that kind of power, that kind of strength that I could conquer the life. So at that time, I re-experienced that most powerful moment when I was a kid. And facing all those people, I really feel that I am the leader. I am a leader in my life and also in my business. And at the same time, during that time, I claimed my best values. I reclaimed my love, joy, abundance, freedom, all this powerful thing. And the last moment, everybody celebrate. Celebrate. That's a very powerful mindset. It's celebrate every milestones, no matter it's small or big. Celebrate with it. And many of my people who joined with me to that on-site conference also shared their transformation, because many of them, for example, initially they may be shy, they may be introvert. They always taking life seriously. Whenever they make some progress, they just feel okay, that's normal, and they think more like negative ways. And what's the concept? For example, people bought a house, and other people will want to congratulate to them, right? And they will say, oh, it's just a house. We now get a mortgage. We have debt, this and that, right? They are not thinking about, okay, they made a big step. So once a while, right? How many years people can buy a new house? So they bought a house, but they could not fully appreciate and enjoy it. But this is a great reminder to you, like you need to conquer that limiting beliefs and transform that into empowering beliefs, and at the same time, celebrate every small steps and focus on the positive part instead of always look at the negative part. And yesterday I shared with a video, like an older lady, she saved great things for her life, like for example, beautiful dress and beautiful shiny shoes and great China stuff. And she saved it for them and put it into a closet. She does not want to use. Her nephew asked her, well, aunt, when would you use this? She told only on a very special party, saying once a year, like that. But then she died soon. She did never use those precious, beautiful stuff. So that experience gave her nephew that transformative life moment. He realized that don't just save best things for life. Use them, enjoy them, and fully embrace them every day of his life. So since then, every day he said he's been wearing the best dress he has, like he's attending a party. So every day he's taking life as a good party to attend, and that changed his life attitude and also his life results as well. So, and Joseph, thank you. You love the image of me climbing to the mountain top and yelling out. Thank you. It's great that you tapped into that feeling. It's a core part of my new program on making affirmations. Yes, affirmations is very important. And especially during our live event with Tony Robbins, you have tens of thousands of people around you, and that kind of a whole energy. Tony has been so into physiology focus and that energy, right? How can you get energy? So when you are really, for example, after the event, you're not surrounded by tens of thousands of people. How could you still get that similar energy back to you? So one good way, of course, to keep learning, or if you get good opportunities like Tony's live event, I'd encourage you to attend and get that kind of atmosphere, and then it will be merged into your memory, merged into your heart and soul. You can remember that experience, and when you come back home, you're by yourself again. You can find a mirror to face yourself to do the affirmation, right? And you can climb on the mountain. If you have in New York, I have to go to upper state to find a mountain, but wherever you can find some opportunities to re-experience that, re-experience the best experience you've ever had. Like me, when I was a child, I climbed onto a mountain. And when you can face a lot of, you can, for example, you have a backyard. Now I have my backyard. My backyard has many trees and like grasses. Now I can take those ones as my audience and claim my affirmation to them, and assume they are my audiences, right? In the future, I will have thousands of, tens of thousands of audience to listen to my speaking as well. So during that time, you can really claim such kind of affirmation again and again, strengthen your belief in yourself. So that's the most powerful experience. And I also love all those affirmation. Now I am the voice. I'm leading, not following. I'm believing, not doubt. I'm creating, not destroying. I'm a force for good. I'm a leader. Yeah, defy the odds. Set a new standard. Step up, step up, step up. And that's my mission as well. I help other visionary entrepreneurs and change makers to step up and stand out, really stand out as an expert and leader in their ideal niche. And as Tony said, lift up your standards, become outstanding. And normally the outstanding one compared with like a majority mass people, mediocre people, maybe you're just like 1 or 2 inches ahead, and you will be outstanding. If you compare with majority other people, you just need that extra more efforts every day to push yourself a little bit, at least 1 inch ahead of other people. You are outstanding. So I hope today you enjoyed this Dickens process I introduced to you, and also my personal life experience with Tony Robbins. It's very powerful teaching. I really love that he's my role model, and also I really want to keep learning, even though I have been learning over 10 years in coaching. And every time you open yourself, empty your cup, no matter who you are learning from, right? I know Tony Robbins is the best, but even from other peers and coaches, even from your clients, you can learn every day. So always be humble, like empty your cup, open yourself, keep learning, and you will build up higher and higher standards, and you can stand higher and really fulfill your, like claim your powers and fulfill your dream. So after this session, I will share a link. I would invite you to join me for a transformation, like a breakthrough session, and it's a complimentary to you to help you to further clarify what are your top limiting beliefs, and how has that have been blocking you, causing all this consequences and cost you, and how you can overcome that and turn that into empowering beliefs, and also transform that into a new strength to achieve what you truly want to be and what you are created for. All right, so thank you so much. Welcome to comment and share with me your takeaway, aha moments, and any insights you want to share. Okay, we'll keep in touch, and look forward to seeing you next Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a wonderful Thursday. Bye. Thank you.